Our next topic is earthquake. Earthquakes are generally caused by the sudden vibration of the earth crust, which spreads outward in all directions as waves form the source of disturbance. As you all know, children, what is earthquake? It is a sudden vibration of the earth crust. Suddenly the crust is getting vibrated. So the point of origin of the earthquake is called focus. You see the picture where you have focus is a hypocenter focus. That is the place below the crust at which place the earthquake is originated. It is called focus or hypocenter, which generates a series of elastic waves. Such waves only we feel in the top of our earth crust. Below our feet, we are able to feel some shaking. That kind of vibration you call it as seismic waves. Now, epicenter is the point on the earth's surface that lies directly above the focus. So, the earthquake is created on the deep shallow inside the earth crust. So, that point is called focus. Where it's created, it is called focus. At the same angle on the top of above the land under our feet, where we are able to feel the vibration, it is called as the epicenter. So epicenter is the point on the surface that lies directly above the focus. The impact of the earthquake is felt at the epicenter. So only then we understood that something is happening. When we feel a vibration, then we understood that some earthquake has happened. Now we see what are seismic waves. As I already told you, earthquake generates seismic waves. That is the vibrations what we feel when earthquake occurs. We have three major type of waves: primary or P waves, secondary or S waves, surface waves or L waves. First, we see about primary or P waves. You can see the picture clearly, children, where the P, it's highlighted P, is called the primary waves. These are the waves recorded during the earthquake. See how the primary waves are recorded. Now let us know about the primary waves. Primary or P waves are the fastest of all the earthquake waves and the first to reach the epicenter. These waves pass through solids, liquids and gases either through push or pull, and the average velocity of these waves is 5.3 km per second to 10.6 km per second. So it is the fastest of all the waves, and it is the waves which we are able to feel once an earthquake appears. Now let us see the secondary or S waves. These waves travel only through the solids. Look at the picture, you have S waves. That's called secondary waves. The average velocity of these waves is 1 km per second to 8 km per second. Since it is the fastest wave, it is not much faster than the P waves. These transverse waves shake through the ground perpendicular to the direction in which they propagate, so that they will shake the earth crust in which way they are traveling. So people are able to feel the vibration on the earth crust. Next come the last one, surface waves or L waves. These waves travel comparatively slower and are most destructive waves when compared to P and S waves. They are similar to P waves, but they travel primarily along the ground surface. They are not much felt on the surface of the earth crust. The average velocity of these waves are 1 km per second to 5 km per second. Now let's have some refreshment session. Important facts to know. Now children, you also should read with me along when I am reading. Start reading. The instrument which records the earthquake waves is called seismograph or seismometer. The science that deals with earthquake is called seismology. C.F. Richter devised a scale to measure the magnitude of earthquake called Richter scale. The highest magnitude ever recorded is 9.5 on Richter scale in Chile in 1960. Very good, children. Now let's move on to the interesting topic, tsunami. Tell me, what is tsunami, children? Yes, these are large sea waves caused by earthquakes, submarine explosion and landslides. Now how the word tsunami arrived? The word tsunami is a Japanese term meaning harbor waves. It is adopted to describe large seismically generated sea waves, which are usually caused by earthquake, submarine explosion and landslides. The waves are so dangerous they travel at a great speed of more than 500 km per hour, and the length of the wave exceeds 600 km above. These waves reaches to a height of more than 15 meters near the seashore and are capable of causing destruction along the coastal area. You can see a clear picture of how destructive the tsunami waves are. I have given a picture how fast and how high it travels. It's very dangerous, and the coastal area is mostly affected by the tsunami. Now tell me, which is the deadliest tsunami India has faced? Can you tell me? Yes, on 26 December 2004, the tsunami that occurred in Indian Ocean is the sixth deadliest natural disaster, which traveled at a speed of 600 km per hour and estimated and death toll of 2,80,000 people were died because of this tsunami. Why this tsunami happened in Indian Ocean? It is because of the earthquake that occurred near the Indonesia and took nearly 7 hours to reach Chennai. The earthquake caused it is the deadliest earthquake, as I said, and it was measured as a magnitude of above 9 meters in the Richter scales. This slide gives you a clear picture of how destructive the tsunami is. So now earthquake and tsunami topics are over. You understood, children? Thank you.